Washington was bracing for a shutdown showdown until the rebellion came from inside Trump's own party. 21 House Republicans broke ranks, defying both President Trump and Speaker Mike Johnson. Their mission: stop a $1.2 trillion spending bill they said sold out conservative priorities. The $1.2 trillion spending bill was supposed to end a government shutdown threat and move Washington forward. Instead, it exposed deep cracks inside the Republican Party. Despite pressure from President Trump and Speaker Mike Johnson, 21 House Republicans voted no, attempting to derail the bill at the last moment. Their objections went far beyond dollars and deadlines. Conservatives argued the legislation failed to lock in GOP priorities, especially election integrity. Several lawmakers were furious the bill did not include the SAVE Act, which would require photo ID to register for federal elections. Representative Thomas Massey led the charge online, blasting the exclusion of the SAVE Act as a deal breaker. Others echoed his frustration, saying Republicans missed a rare chance to force Democratic concessions while the clock was ticking towards a shutdown. Another major flashpoint: Homeland Security funding. While Democrats secured full year funding for multiple departments, DHS received only a 2-week extension. Critics inside the GOP said that move handed leverage straight to Senate Democrats and bet on negotiations they don't trust. Representative Eric Burleson warned Republicans were walking into a trap, accusing Democratic leaders of loading the bill with their priorities while leaving border security unresolved. Several lawmakers said they voted no simply because they didn't believe DHS negotiations would end well. The rebellion wasn't symbolic. Names on the list included high-profile conservatives like Lauren Boebert, Anna Paulina Luna, Chip Roy, Andy Biggs, and Byron Donalds, signaling resistance across multiple factions of the GOP. Despite the revolt, the bill passed narrowly by a 217 to 214 bipartisan vote. It now heads to President Trump's desk for signature. But the margin tells a deeper story. Trump won the vote, but not the unity. This was already the bill's second trip through the House. Earlier attempts stalled after Democrats demanded new restrictions on ICE operations following fatal encounters involving immigration enforcement. The compromise avoided a shutdown, but left DHS funding unresolved.
They're wanting to make sure that immigration enforcement is done safely and smartly and efficiently, and that's what you're going to get. It's going to be balanced. It's going to be a balanced approach. Of the demands that were made, the requests that were made, many of those are already being implemented. You notice that that they're going to have the body cameras. We put $20 million additional dollars in this legislation that they're holding up right now to pay for more body cameras. But Secretary Noem came out yesterday, as you saw, and announced that this would be the new policy. These are good things. The roving patrols will be modified. There are a lot of things that I think were thoughtful suggestions that would have already been implemented by Mr. Homeland and others who are in charge of all this. And so I think we can get to an agreement. I certainly hope that's true. And if they have any intention of trying to keep these other agencies of government closed, it will be a fool's errand. And remember, we did front load the funding for Immigration Customs Enforcement and CBP in the big, beautiful bill. So they have enough funding to go for the next few years. So what they will be tying up if the Democrats choose to close the government is these very essential services for everything else: FEMA, Coast Guard, TSA, and other aspects of national security. So it's a very dangerous game that they're playing. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Speaker.
Well, look, we are going to be fighting for the SAVE Act. And I'll tell you why this is so important. We've passed it twice in the House. And we will pass it again. The SAVE Act just simply says you have to have verification of citizenship to register to vote. That's about a 90-10 issue on many of the polls in this country. And we're going to enhance it by what the president calls the Save America Act. And so it would be proof of citizenship to register to vote and voter ID, which is also about an 80 or 90% issue on the polling nationwide, depending on who you talk to. These are very important things to ensure that our elections are free and fair and safe. And that's a critical component of maintaining a constitutional republic. So this is a big priority for not just House Republicans, but for the American people. And we will continue to attach this to legislation and send it over, and it will be part of the discussion over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how all that shakes out. But
where's the body cam footage of Alex Preddy? Because that officer was wearing a body cam. We haven't gotten any of that footage. So the question to me is, what is she going to do with that body cam footage? And how do we know that it's actually going to be used to hold agents accountable? To me, it's not just the body cams. She has plenty of money. She can do that right now. We shouldn't have had to even ask for that. But no, I don't really believe that that's a step in the right direction, because at the same time, they're talking about sending people into Ohio. They're continuing. I spoke to Governor Walz yesterday. They are continuing the rampage in Minnesota. It's a little bit more stealth. They haven't shot anyone yet, but they're going into schools day and night. They're doing roving patrols around schools. Half of the children in one school district are not even showing up. I mean, this is how traumatizing it is. Which I don't understand why you are so afraid of showing us the identities of these people. What is in it for Mike Johnson? I really don't know. But he wants them to be masked. He is saying that he doesn't want to abide by the Constitution. He wants to continue warrantless arrests. So, no, I'm not supremely optimistic, but I think we got to use every lever that we have. And if we can't get substantial transformative reforms that actually rein in this lawless agency that's just killing U.S. citizens on our streets, then I think we have to not continue to fund it. And they're going to have to find the money for whatever they want to do. They certainly have plenty of money right now. So I understand they're going to continue doing what they're going to do, but let them prioritize FEMA or TSA or lawlessness and killing U.S. citizens on the streets.
Okay, thank you very much. Very important day. We have a lot of important days, but I'm thrilled to sign the Consolidated Appropriations Act to immediately reopen the federal government and fund the vast majority of operations through the rest of the fiscal year. This bill is a great victory for the American people. Instead of a bloated and wasteful omnibus monstrosity full of special interest handouts, we've succeeded in passing a fiscally responsible package that actually cuts wasteful federal spending while supporting critical programs for the safety, security, and prosperity of the American people. So what do you think of that? To me, when I heard that, we did more than Japan. It continues to fund deportation flights that are removing dangerous illegal aliens. How about Mr. Speaker?
well, this is a big thing, Mr. President. Thank you for your leadership and helping us steward this through. For a long time, we wanted to get back to regular order in the appropriations process. You're standing up here with the best appropriators in the business and have served in many years. And we forced the muscle memory back. We're getting back to that regular order process. 12 separate appropriations bills. We've gotten them to your desk, and this is a big thing. It seems like a small thing, but it's a big thing. And we're spending less money year over year, and with all the innovations and things that you said there, this is good for the country. And America is back. The hat is appropriate. It's the right slogan.
There's a new hat. We just came out. America is back. Like the press likes to hear, it's about 80%. But we're going to get reductions like nobody's ever seen. And frankly, the Republican Party should be able to win the midterms on that alone. That's the biggest thing there is. And we should have voter ID, by the way. We should have a lot of the things that I think everybody wants to see. Who would not want voter ID? Only somebody that wants to cheat. Think of it. We don't have voter ID. And the Democrats don't want it. And the reason they don't want it is because they want to cheat. Because there's no reason in the world. And I love that debate, Lindsay. I love saying, well, why don't you want voter ID? And you watch them say, I don't know. I just
Make
can't.
them vote.
No, it's a terrible thing. So anyway, thank you, everybody. So I probably won't hold this up. And I think holding up one little page doesn't do it justice. 'Cause in there, it's a lot of stuff. But it's signed. Thank you.